We're both wrong, Daniel.
Okay. The next guest I'm going to be introducing here is Anna Sienicka, right? Close enough. Okay. She's a BA, a registered homeopath, is the founder and owner of Toronto's Holistic Care Center. She is also an author and lecturer. Anna's practice covers diet, nutrition, mind-body energy work, and homeopathy. Anna leads public school lessons about wild and edible plants, offers extensive workshops on homeopathic first aid, medicinal mushrooms, and alternatives to conventional cosmetics. I hope I never use the cosmetics ones myself, but that's okay. A few years ago, Anna experienced a severe concussion, which we heard about earlier when she was snowboarding. At first, she suffered memory losses and anxiety attacks. Then depression set in, driving her to discover homeopathic remedies, which provided her with the most effective results. Anna has been featured in magazines and blogs for her experience and wisdom. She is balancing her passion between being a mother and serving the homeopathic and allopathic worlds as she trains for a cross-Canada bicycle ride as an awareness for and to inspire the creation of holistic clinics in medical buildings worldwide. Like, talk about forging a new path. And I just want to say, come on up to the podium and yeah, thank you. And Anna, I am so glad we got connected, and it was through Daniel that really brought us together. And when I found out that Daniel and you had already been talking about riding across Canada, and then when they both stepped up, and they've both committed to ride across Canada next year, to bring awareness to each capital city. And it's not just across the country, it's capital city to capital city. And we're going to create an event like this, even better. This is like the first 1.0 version to each of those cities. And I'd like to draw experts like yourselves from those locations. So it's like we have this come together. And then, you know what? I just thought of it. It would be awesome to have the panelists from each city all come together for this huge national conference, perhaps at the end. You guys put up your hand if you would be interested in that? Okay, so yeah, I love putting people on the spot. It's awesome. I really bug them. Okay, so with that in mind, I'm going to step aside, and Anna, she's got some incredible questions here. And the first one is, how does homeopathy affect and heal the human body?
Okay, so how many people actually understand what homeopathy is? How many people heard about? Awesome, most of you. That's great. Well, homeopathy first was discovered in 1789 by Dr. Samuel Hahnemann. He was a German general practitioner. And he was translating Materia Medica, focusing on Peruvian bark. During that time, there was an outburst of malaria, and Dr. Cullen from Scotland found that Peruvian bark actually has some amazing results for treating malaria. And his statement was that because it was bitter and astringent at that time. So Hahnemann actually created a remedy that was even more bitter, and he started practicing, because he was a medical doctor, he was practicing on his patients to see whether this remedy would work, and it didn't. So he started actually taking Peruvian bark internally a few times a day for 5 days. And what happened was he actually developed the symptoms of the malaria. He started getting fevers, shivers, intermittent convulsions, and he's observed that it's not the bitterness of the remedy, it's actually the similarity. And that was the beginning of homeopathy. Another example I can actually give you to understand it better is, think of chopping an onion for 10 minutes. What's going to start happening? Your eyes will start tearing, your nose will start running, you might actually have some itchiness or burning. What are the symptoms of hay fever or common cold? The very beginning of it. It's the runny nose or the runny eyes. It's observed that by giving allium cepa, which is a red onion, remedy made out of red onion, will actually cancel the effects of the common cold. And how do I know it? I've actually tried it. And it works. I was a very big skeptic about homeopathy because it just didn't make sense. But I had a healing journey, and I tried every single homeopathy during college. I tried and tested whether this is working, whether this is just theory. So that's how homeopathy works.
Thank you for explaining it.
Actually, I wanted to mention that few homeopathic remedies made into conventional medicine, like nitroglycerin, is used in a treatment of angina. It's a vasodilator, but it actually was started as a homeopathic remedy. Another thing is vaccinations, a form of homeopathy because it's a dead or weakened virus that is being injected back to the body. Homeopathic remedies, which is the biggest myth about homeopathy, is not just a super diluted version where there's one drop in 15 oceans of water. It's a myth. It's actually anything from mother tincture. Mother tincture is 50% of alcohol to 50% of part of plant, right? So it's a concentrated form. And anything, when you start diluting it, anything of that is homeopathy. So actually, until Avogadro's number, there is a substance in the remedy, and if someone is very skeptical about it, they can ask their homeopath to use the lower dilutions where the substance is actually present. Okay, great.
Okay.
Sorry, guys, I feel so passionate about it.
I love it. That's what it's all about. So how long does the recovery take with the homeopathy?
Okay, so I do not work with brain injury, but I do work with side effects of brain injury. So most of my clients are suffering from anxiety or depression. And how long does it take? Well, how long, it depends, because there's types of depression. Is it acute depression, which is possibly seasonal, like SAD? Is it short term, or is it a long term? How long have you been depressed? Has it been a year, or have you been suffering from teens? Because what happens is our body is run by subconscious mind. 95% of what our behavior is run by subconscious mind. With that being said, subconscious mind has set points for every single thing of our behavior. So there is a set point for the weight that we carry. There is a set point for our mental, emotional plane. So for example, in a scale from 1 to 10, 10 being enthusiastic, excited, 1 being very groggy and depressed. If someone is 2 out of 10, that's going to be their set point throughout certain period of time. There is a set point for body temperature. You've met people in wintertime where they just want to wear shorts and they're just always hot. And then you've met people that they're always cold. It's 30 degrees outside and they're still wearing sweaters. So with that being said, it takes about 2 years to actually for the set point to be adjusted to a different level. So with weight loss, for example, I studied sports medicine. That's my background before homeopathy. And what I learned there is all those diets are so amazing, like 30 pounds in 30 days or any kind of diet. They do work. But what doesn't work is as soon as you stop the diet, your body will go back naturally to that set point because that's what your subconscious mind is loyal to. Because our subconscious mind, the first thing it wants to do for us is it wants to protect us. It's extremely loyal to us, and it doesn't like change at all, right? So with the body weight, if you lose weight, the trick is to actually keep it up for 2 years. Once the 2-year mark passes, you can go for buffet, you can starve yourself for 5 days, it will go back to the set point. It's really difficult to actually move it. So with recovery from depression or anxiety, you will notice improvements within a few months, but actually the real recovery takes after 2 years, right?
That's very good to know. And especially since I dropped 20 pounds in 21 days with a technique, and then the program says about locking in, and that they said took 21 days as well, like afterwards, maintaining it. But realizing that I'm going to keep up the physical activity and eating healthy, and now I've got a goal. I'm going to lock that in at 2 years. So thank you, because that was... Actually,
and how did they start? To start a habit, it takes anywhere between 20 days to 30 days. And how they found out about that is they did a research on people. They put glasses on them that they had to wear all the time, and they were upside down glasses. And they kept seeing the world upside down. And within 21 days, the vision started modifying, and they actually started seeing the world normally. When they took the glasses off, the entire world was upside down. So that is just the beginning of starting a habit, right? It's about 30 days. The rest is actually building the habit and creating a set point.
Wow. Well, as a founder of Toronto's Holistic Care Center, Why is it so important that your patients have alternative and conventional practices together in medical facilities under one roof?
Okay, so after my accident, I mentioned I was extremely competitive. I love challenge. I had a breakthrough through that, and I became extremely cooperative. I started loving everyone, and I do not see competition in anyone. And what I noticed that there is this side of competitiveness between allopathic and alternative. And it's pointing the finger, you guys are placebo, or this doesn't work, or that's too much pharmaceutical. And what I like to look at it is that the common denominator is why we do what we do, is because we care about people. We want the people to actually succeed and heal, right? That's why we're doing what we're doing. So if we can achieve the end result through our therapies, why don't we use our strengths? So I know conventional medicine is amazing with surgeries and alignment and whatnot, where alternatives got its strengths as well. We can connect the two and make the best out of it. And I believe that actually opening holistic centers, starting with education, and understanding that healing does not happen just through one method. There is actually a recipe. If you go on my website, you can get an entire recipe, and I'm going to very briefly say it. We need good nutrition, right? We do need breathing, so we breathe as well. That's how healing happens, through making sure we do the belly breathing. Another one is positive mindset, behavior changing. So if you actually walk like this, your brain automatically starts secreting substances that are making you more depressed. If you actually change your body posture, fake the smile, your body starts secreting that you are doing a lot better. Drinking water is another one. And movement. So look, we are made out of water. 70% of us is made out of water. If you look at the crystal clear water in a mountain stream, you'll see there's no growth. It's just beautiful and transparent. If you look at the stagnant water in a pond, it starts growing all this algae and whatnot. We are meant to be moving. We're meant to be moving. So movement is a basis of the healing as well. And I see holistic practices not only spreading through hospitals, I see it spreading through entire globe. And with Daniel, we're starting the campaign. We're going to bike across Canada and raise the awareness of merging the two together under one roof. And I believe that's going to happen.
Thank you, and thank you for being a leader in that.